Lou from Lou's Antiques and Collectibles, and we buy and sell stuff for our 2 antique booths in the 2 antique malls that we're in. Plaza Antiques in Lincoln Park, Michigan, and Maumee Antiques in Maumee, Ohio. And we are in Nebraska, can you tell? There's a lot of farm fields out here. And we're on our way to Denver to visit some family, but tomorrow we're going to hit the Mile High Flea Market. I have driven by this thing 2 or 3 times and it never was open. But this time we made it so that we could actually go to it. So come on along with us. So check this place out. I believe that this is some sort of museum or something. Not quite sure. We'll find out as we get closer. Oh, that is cool. It's like on the bridge. It's a historical exhibit, archway. Cool. Very unusual. Here we are in colorful Colorado. So this is Sunday morning, and look at the mountains over there. We're headed to the Mile High Flea Market. It's open, I believe, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we shall see how this goes. I have never been here. I don't know what we're in for, but it'll be fun regardless.
Turn left.
So straight ahead. You see the mountains. So the flea market is over here to the left. We've seen quite a few people outside by the highway. So I'm hoping there's more garage sale, antique stuff, but you never know with these things. Sometimes I like to buy new stuff for myself too. So it's right up here and we're going to park. The Mile High Flea Market. So here's the prices. I don't know if you can see it. Today's Sunday, it's $4 a person. So I'm going to get some more money out here, I guess. So there's all these buildings here. There's not very many people here yet, and there's a big outside section over there. So I think we're going to start with that and see how that goes. Lots of people coming in right now. Check this out. You can get shopping carts to rent. So we're going to hit these outside vendors first, but they're still setting up. A lot of them are. So it's supposed to start at 7, and we're here, I think it's close to 9. So we'll check it out regardless. That's cute. How much is the doll? Sir, how much?
That was 5.
5, okay. What are these little guys? I don't know what those are. 5 each, so I have no idea what those even are. There you go. I wonder how much these guys are. There's a tiger. Well, that's cute, isn't it? Lisa would like that.
What do you think?
¿Cuánto quieres por esta? Vale $59.
How much is something like this?
I'm asking $5.
Okay. That's really cute. Let's see if I've got it better.
I don't know if you did it on purpose. I'm like, seems like a long way, you know?
What?
I was like, are you serious? You know? I didn't even
Australia,
know
that's
there was
not bad.
He was probably doing that.
So here's some views of the grounds. I did buy several of those pieces that you just saw there, and I don't have them in my end one because I already put them out in the mall at that point. So I did buy the horse and several porcelain pieces, which was a really good deal at $5 a piece. They're 50% off. I don't know what the prices are, though. There's a lot of rings in here. A lot of nice rings.
Hello.
Are you talking to us? How much are your rings?
From 2 to 7.
Yeah. Let's see, 1, 2.
I don't know why I said $100. I'm out of my mind.
Did you change your mind? 6. There's about 7
That's
of them.
Draken's blood right there.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Should I get
Beautiful, look.
them? They are beautiful. I like the natural stones. Just thinking what I could do with them. They're not as popular where we live as they are here.
And they're cable.
So that last guy, we were trying to make a deal on some of that jewelry, but we ended up not coming together on that. The Monster Highs were about $15 each, and that's kind of what I get for them. So I passed on those. There were some other dolls there too that were cool. Lots of cars and lots of little toy collectibles, which is really up my alley. But a lot of it was too similar to the price that I charged, so I couldn't make a profit on it. Now, towards the end, I really hit on some stuff. But during this first section, it was a little tougher. Fun to see, though. If I wanted something for myself, I definitely would have bought it because the prices were reasonable as far as that goes. Look, they even got rides here. A whole bunch of shoes and cars. And lots of toys and lots of new items. Yeah, it was a big variety. We ended up finding, like I said at the end, that one section just was really much better for us. But it took us some time to get there. That's a cute little doll. I was kind of looking at some of this little stuff. I was really looking for a dollar table, but I didn't find anything like that here. If I did, boy, I'd have really not in this section anyways. At the end, I do. But $5, like I said, is too hard. That seemed to be the magical price for things at this flea market. Everything seemed to be about $5. So that was the most popular answer I got when I asked for prices. It's nice when they have things priced or at least a sign up. Otherwise, you have to ask for everything, and that's a little tougher. You never know what's going to be. Sometimes it's really high. Sometimes it's really cheap. Now there was a bunch of dolls in here. We hit this guy, and he had some more reasonable prices. I found a guy that had like a big pickup truck, and he had just boxes of stuff in there, and he was throwing it all out and throwing out prices to people, and now he was really reasonable. And I don't show it all here because it was I had to put the camera down. It was too exciting. We had to definitely dig around and find some things. So I did get a few things from that guy that I didn't show at the end. But I'm here digging through some of the dolls that he has, and there was a horse there, and just seeing what I could find. I did a little bit of a clip, but like I said, I had needed both hands, so I had to really dig, and that was kind of fun. There's a bell doll there. And I believe I got a cast iron bank from him for $5. It was a reproduction, but still worth $25. So I definitely bought that. That was kind of heavy to go around the flea market with. We did have a wheeled bag, so thank goodness for those wheeled bags, because otherwise you can't buy anything heavy. It's pretty tough to carry things around. Another thing we bought there that we don't show is we bought a ton of vegetables and fruit, and boy, that stuff was really nice. We brought probably 3 boxes to my son's house as a treat for them, so they would have lots of fresh veggies and fruit for their house. So that was kind of cool. So I would definitely go back there, even just for the vegetables and the fruit. They really had a big section, like a farmer's market section, that was super nice. So fun to go to, lots of new things. Some of the prices were a little bit too high for me, but some were reasonable. You really just had to look around and see what you can find. So at least I finally got to go. I've been wanting to go, like I said, for so long, and today was the day I finally got to go. They had big tables full of jewelry, and some of it was they told you a price as you brought it up, and then some of it was priced. Towards the end, I hit a lot of dollar jewelry, which is definitely right up my alley. I can't figure out where they're getting this stuff, because they had giant piles of jewelry. A lot of it was tangled up, And there's got to be a place maybe online or something. I did get a Paw Patrol doll, and I didn't show that in the end also. Or something. If any of you have a lead on that, let me know, because that would be fun to get like a pallet full of that stuff, and you could take the whole year and dig through it. Wouldn't that be great fun? At least for me it would be. Maybe not for somebody else, but that would be a lot of fun for me. Been kind of looking around on the internet and I can't find anything. But there was too many people with that stuff that it was just a little bit too ironic that they just had that. So they must have some source out there. There's a nice pile of jewelry I was digging through. And there were some rings there. And big, like I said, big varieties of things. Those rings were nice. I ended up getting a few of those rings too. And what happened is we came home with so much stuff that I put some of the stuff right into the mall, and I didn't get a quick clip of it. But I do show you a clip of some of the items that we got. But I also did, like I said, got some of these rings too. I believe I spent $1 a piece for them. So that was a really good buy. I was really happy with that. Because I use those a lot of times on my counters. I can have a little bit cheaper rings for people to buy, like $3, $4 rings. And those are really good sellers for me. And then, of course, I like the nice ones too. But it's nice to have the $3, $4 ones right on the counter. Sometimes they get a little stolen. But for the most part, they don't. People just buy them. And that's kind of the nature of the beast of this business, is that sometimes things like that happen. But I got a nice little pile there going on of all the rings that I wanted. And here's some $5 bins. This was kind of like a mini bin store where they had all these new items, and it was like $5 a day or whatever it was. That was cool, that stuffed animal. They had a lot of new appliances, new shoes, but we weren't really looking for that kind of stuff. We were mainly looking for antiques and collectibles, and of course some fruits and vegetables. Yeah, lots of nice backpacks. Now this one here was a really cool sale too. There was a sale where everything was $1. And boy, we got the stuff. That was really fun. Look at all these Paw Patrol figures and all those Fisher Price people. So I dug through there. This one was a good one too. They all seem to be, I believe it was on the, I don't know if it was the north or, oh, there's Mr. Junkie with Lou, or the south side, but it was the side that was by the highway. That was where we really found the best deal. So if you ever go there, head to the highway section first, and that's where really we reaped there. We got all kinds of goodies. And like I said, I didn't put everything on it because we had priced it and got it out to the mall as soon as we got home. We kind of had a mess with all the stuff that we had because this was a big trip for us. Well, that's cool. Like a leopard there. And a dinosaur. Yeah, I sell bags of dinosaurs all the time. That's a really good seller for me. And there's an incredible, and Disney bags, Disney toys and whatnot. But it's hard just to have one. It's nice if you can find 3 or 4 things. I did pick up that little Thai baby. I usually get $4 a piece for those. Especially at Plaza. For some reason, Plaza is the place to bring the Thai stuffed animals. They really buy those real well. It's funny how one mall you can sell certain things, and other malls you can sell the other things. You kind of got to get a feel for your mall that you're at to see what works out the best for you. And try different things. And always have a big variety. That's the main key. That was a cool window. I really wanted that window. But I didn't want to have to haul it home. We didn't have any room. We brought so much stuff out there to my son from home that our truck was packed. It was ridiculous. We could barely sit. And then we went to Walmart and tried to bring some food too. By the time we got the food, I think I had to put the food by my feet. Because there was no place left in that truck for anything. I did get those dominoes there. And I already sold those. Put those in Maumee. They were quite nice. I'm trying to remember what I got for them. I think I got $10 for them. I bought them there, though, for $1. I think I sold them for like 10. But they went right away, so they must have been good. Very, very dirty. I had to wash a lot of this stuff. It had been outside for a while. That's the only thing bad about when you go to outside flea markets. Things get dusty and dirty. So I was trying to find all the dominoes that went to it to see if I had a. Here's some more dolls here. Ooh, that looked like a Monster High doll. Look at how many, all the different varieties they have. That's a cool picture with all those little faces there. It kind of reminds me of that picture on the movie E.T. with all those stuffed animals and E.T. was hiding in them. Oh, there's stuff underneath too. Wow, they had the toys. I'm telling you, I don't know where they're getting all these toys. If they garage sale for them, if they're getting them on auctions, I don't know. But there was just so many dolls and so many different toys there. Usually, I've never seen an overabundance of them like I saw at this flea market. Definitely lots and lots of toys. But like I said, a lot of it was not priced for me. I can't pay $5. I can't triple that in most of these dolls. And $5, like I said, seems like the magical price of this flea market. There was not a lot of price tags out, but it seemed like whenever I asked, it was $5, which sometimes could be good, sometimes could be bad, depending on what you're looking for. So I dug through these bins here. Let's see what else I can find. I was kind of looking for Monster High dolls in there. I got a few of those when I got home. I went to a garage sale. A guy that bought a storage unit and had all kinds of them, and I got a bunch of them there when I got home. Of course, they're already sold. And this bag here was the best deal. $25 for all of these Star Wars figures, and I was kind of counting them to see. I didn't know if they were valuable or not valuable or what they were. But I think there was like 30 couple in there, so I knew I was pretty safe. I know I can get more than $1 a piece out of them, so I did buy that. And here's some shots of the farmer's market, the vegetables, and all kinds of fruits and vegetables you can get. The prices were super reasonable. And here's some bracelets here. And there we go. Now we're talking dollar tables. That's what I'm all about. I like those dollar tables. You can't go wrong in them. And check out all this jewelry. And this is like what I told you. They have these overabundance big bulk jewelry. I don't know where they're getting it from, but there was several dealers that had these things, and they were like $1 a piece or $2, $3 sometimes a piece. But there was so much of it. I can't think they got that at garage sales. I got to think there's another source, because that's an overabundance. And like I said, a lot of it was tangled, and so you really had to dig through it. But it would be fun to get a big bunch like that and go through it. Probably take me all winter to do it, but it's still fun. I did get a few items there that are not shown at the end. I got that turquoise bracelet, and I got that gold boot there. It's kind of for earrings, to display earrings on. I thought that was kind of cool. And I believe I picked up a couple other items in there. That was fun. There was that big tangled section. It's like so cool, but it's so tangled. I mean, you need probably 3 days just to untangle it. So I don't know. You'd have to really want something in that big pile to get it out of there. And there I am digging. Favorite thing to do. My husband got that shot. Oh my goodness. Look at all this stuff. I mean, holy moly. Where are they getting this all? Crazy. Crazy fun. I am so into a box lot. And here was a bunch of little toys I found down the way. And those were fun to dig through too. Little bags of little toys. I got some Hatchables and stuff like that there. Very fun to dig through. Like I said, go by the highway. That's where the prices were really reasonable. At least they were that day. Now, I don't know if people are in the same spots every week or what. But on that particular day, that's where we really reaped. And I bought a ton of toys from this guy. I got all kinds of Fisher-Price things. And some of those little bags I did get. And they were $1 a piece. My kind of price. can see my rolling cart there. Good thing I brought that because that cast iron bank was super heavy. There's no way I was going to carry that around the flea market. But it was so cool, I didn't want to leave it. I had to have it for $5. So fun to dig through. There were so many cool little toys. Ooh, that's a nice doll. I think that's a Descendant. My husband found that for me. Oh yeah, I got to get that one for sure. And that one too. That's a nice one. It seems like with the dolls, for me, the Barbies don't sell as well as the other types. I still do sell occasional Barbie, but I usually sell like Monster High or Descendants or Rainbow High or whatever other weird one that's not your typical one that you see. There's more of a something that just came out for a little while. And check out all the little people. Oh, buddy, I was buying these. I was counting them all. I bought a ton of these. And I don't usually like paying $1 for them because I usually used to only charge $2 for them. But when I had $2 a piece on them, they were selling like hotcakes, which is always great. But I saw other people putting 3 and 4 and more on them. And I thought, well, no wonder they're selling. I like it that they sell fast, but I need to make a little bit more money. That way I could pay up to $1 a piece. They're getting harder and harder to find. I mean, I used to get them in the quarter bins at garage sales, and now they're like, if I can get one for 50 cents, I'm pretty happy. But I can pay $1 now if I put $2.99 on it. Not much of a profit, but they sell well. People are always looking for the parts that they're missing on their collections. Another jewelry table. Ooh, that's fun. Yeah, big tables like this. That was amazing. Fun to dig through. Well, where are they getting it? That's my question of the day. Where are they getting it? Ooh, I like that crystal bracelet. That was nice. Had to have that one. It's a stretch bracelet. But sometimes the stretch bracelets break. I really got to check those when I buy them so they're not too overly stretched.
So we are heading out after the flea market, and I will go through all the goodies that we got. We didn't do very well until the very end, and then we really pulled it out. So I got some stuff. I was grabbing so many things I couldn't even use the camera. So I'll be showing you all of that. So stay tuned.
So these are just some of the items I got at the Mile High Flea Market in Denver, Colorado. And I bought a ton of these. There's little people in here. There is some LOL dolls. Mainly little people though. And I paid roughly close to $1 a piece. Now that was enough to pay for those, but I can't keep these things in. I'm selling them. I was selling them at $2 a piece, but I went up to $2.99 just because they're getting harder and harder to find, and I have to pay so much for them. So I bought those mainly because they are really good sellers. They're not big money makers by any means, but they are really good sellers. So that was one thing that I got there. Here's some of the jewelry that I got at the Denver, Colorado Mile High Flea Market. This stuff was about $1 a piece. And these bracelets also. These bracelets are really good sellers for me. I usually sell these for like $4 a piece. And this necklace here is newer, maybe $4 or $5. This is quite nice, this beaded one. I'll probably sell that for $7. And then this one's quite nice too. Between $5 and $7 I'll put on those. So that was a really good deal. Now there's a bunch of stuff that I'm not including in this end thing here because a lot of it was personal. A lot of it that I got was actually the fruit and vegetables were amazing. I bought a ton of fruits and vegetables. We were going to my son's house and we brought them all kinds of goodies for the week. So let's see the other thing that we got. This was the best find that I got at the Denver High Flea Market. This was a whole bag of Star Wars stuff for $25, and I've already started pricing these things, and I'm going to show you kind of what we got. Now this I got a kitty walking through. Come on, kitty. This big vehicle had some parts missing, so I was only able to put $5 on that. So that wasn't a big money maker, but these were shocking. These vehicles here are micro machines, and this one's worth $20 and this one's worth about $15. So those were really good. So there's my money back right there, more than my money back. This vehicle here was 10, so that was a good deal. Now, there was tons of figures. There was over 30 figures in there, and some of them range from like $2.99. I have a couple $2.99s all the way up to $10. I looked all these up. There was a big bag of weapons and stuff. I try to put weapons with every character. So the weapons alone are worth $4 or $5, but I'm trying to be kind of reasonable by giving them a little extra with all these figures. So I don't know what this adds up to be. I would say close to at least $100, if not more. So that was an excellent find, and hopefully they sell well. They're going to go out next week. So this is Lou from Lou's Antiques and Collectibles saying goodbye, and we'll see you again. Bye.